Hi, welcome to Here's to Being Polished, Polite, and Damn Successful. It's December 2020, so season's greetings to you. Happy holidays, but of all, I prefer to say Merry Christmas. Yes, we should never forget the reason for the season. And today's episode, I would like to talk about true happiness. Yes, we've had a tough year in 2020. And as we look forward to the new year, 2021, I want to stimulate some level of thinking within the context of true happiness. So, my topic today is aim for true happiness. I trust that you will enjoy the Christmas holiday and that you will observe its true meaning. Yes, the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and to celebrate our Savior. Give him all the praise and the glory that he deserves. And as you move into the new year, that you will see things differently. Yes, you'll have a fresh pair of eyes. Your outlook will be positive, it will be bright, optimistic, and that you will be truly happy. So let's get into it. Aim for true happiness. And number one is celebrate you. Yes, celebrate you. Too many people neglect themselves. Yes, they're busy looking after the family, the children, the spouse, the business, the job, the career, the friends, and they neglect to celebrate themselves. To say, hey, I've come such a far way. I've achieved a number of goals that I set out to, and perhaps some people haven't achieved all their goals, but I believe in celebrating the small things, yes, and not wait for that big celebration, hula bala. Can't even call the word correctly, right? You must celebrate your strengths, your resilience, your grit, your talent, your gift. Absolutely, all of us have gifts, and we should celebrate them. Yes, I won't get into what those are, but you know yourself. Yes, you know what you do well, you know what you do exceptionally well, you know what you do better than others or better than most, and certainly those are your unique gifts. So you must celebrate you. You're so special. There is no other like you. There will never be another you. There'll never be another Shireen. Yeah, absolutely not. And so I celebrate. Yes, I feel good about the strides that I've made, and I'm excited about the future. There are so many things I'd like to accomplish. Yes, and I'm working on them. I'm working on them. And certainly one of which is making this podcast available to you, that I'll be able to reach a wider audience. Yes, to impact more lives, certainly for the better. So, number one, celebrate you. Number two, connect with your higher source. Oh, yes. Are you a religious person? What faith do you observe? Do you practice? Do you associate with? And I'm saying, I'm not here to judge. I'm not saying you should be this or you should be that. I'm saying connect with your highest source, because the fact is we cannot do it on our own. We absolutely cannot. Yes? And so it is important. It's futile to even attempt to live a full, balanced, happy life on your own. No, you cannot. So connect with your highest source, your higher being, and you will find it so enriching, so fulfilling. Oh yes, you will. Uh, number three, take pleasure in and show appreciation for the seemingly small things. The seemingly small things, such as your health, your family and friends, your unique gifts. Do you sing? Do you dance? Do you play the piano, the guitar? Do you act? Can you bake? Can you cook? You name it. Do you write? There's so many areas that we have talents in. Yes, and I'm saying take pleasure in and show appreciation for the seemingly small things. Freedom to travel, to live where you want to live, to pursue the career that you are interested in, to study, to attend a particular institution of learning, a college, a university. My goodness, these, people often overlook these things, You can choose the spouse, the person you want to date, you want to marry, you want to share your life with. These are not small at all. But for those of us who are able to enjoy them, we often take it for granted because in some countries, people live in oppression. They are dictated to. They're told what to wear, how to worship, what jobs they can or cannot have, what institutions of learning they can or cannot attend. So let us open our eyes and be truly grateful for the opportunities, the freedoms that we enjoy. Yes, the free world, where democracy is alive and well. You're not being dictated to. You're not being told how to live. No, that's oppression. Slavery was abolished centuries ago. But interestingly, people enslave themselves in different ways, especially mentally. And in number 3, I'm saying take pleasure. Yes, pleasure, absolute delight in and to show appreciation for the seemingly small things. Number 4, stay clear of people, things, and organizations that sap and suck your happiness. Our topic, aim to, what is happening? Getting tongue-tied. Our topic, aim for true happiness. And in number 4, I'm saying stay clear of people, things, and organizations that sap and suck your happiness. It's interesting because some people are associated with some organizations and you find that it causes them more aggravation than satisfaction. You find that they are angry most of the time rather than happy. And if you are associated with any such organizations, you should give some thought to detaching, severing ties with such organizations and people. And of course, within your respective relationships, business and intimate, you ought to be mindful. Yes, your happiness is so darn important. And you owe it to yourself to be happy. Yes, be happy. Pursue happiness. Bask in happiness. It doesn't mean everything will be perfect all the time, but you have to pay close attention. Because if not, these little things can build up the aggravation, the annoyances, the indifference. When you get annoyed and you feel angry and your jaw starts to lock. You don't want that. Let's move on to number 5. Be happy for people. Yes. When they succeed, when they achieve, when they win. Our topic, aim for true happiness. Happiness It's not only about you. I don't know about you, but I feel, for example, if I'm watching TV and I see a particular story about someone who has achieved a goal, who has reached a particular level of excellence, who has been awarded or rewarded or promoted for some outstanding act. I smile. I say, yes, I like that. Because we should enjoy other people's achievement and their success. When they succeed, be happy for them. It's not only about you, not for a moment. No. See the other person as an extension of yourself and be happy for them. Let's move on to number 6. Aha. I do this a lot. Laugh and smile. Daily, often. You have to be deliberate about being happy. You should live a happy, a fulfilling life. And it is not one big occasion, it's daily. Daily, when you get up, you go to the bathroom, you do your morning routine, you have breakfast, you start your day, you associate with others, that energy that you pass on. Oh yes, oh yes. So in number 6, laugh and smile often, daily. You know, some people can't tell the last time they smiled, they laughed, they were in a good mood, or they felt, upbeat. That's not good. And if you are surrounded by those people, you need to detach. You need to detach yourself, because before you know it, you will be behaving in a similar fashion. You will start looking and acting like them. And I'm saying, aim to be truly happy. Let's move on to number 7. At the start of recording, I did not share with you the definition of happiness. So let me do that just now. Happiness is defined as the quality or state of being happy, good fortune, pleasure, contentment, and joy. Yes? So happiness is not artificial. It's not temporary. It's not something that, you take some substance and you, for a few minutes, experience some level of euphoria and then you crash. No, that's not true happiness. So keep in mind the definition, and also keep in mind that there is healthy happiness and unhealthy happiness. Let's talk about this quickly before we move on to number 7. So, healthy happiness is personal, has to do with achievement. So you derive some level of happiness, or you experience happiness usually when you achieve, whether it's on a personal or professional level, through family, through recreation, through nature. So if you like to garden, if you like to be out and about, you like to hike, go and take, long or short walks, you name it, a vacation, all those things, those are healthy. However, in addition to the achievement, I'm checking my notes here to ensure that I cover all the bases. Under the topic of personal and professional achievement, it could also be your job, your vocation, your career. It could be academic. You're pursuing a particular course of study. Perhaps you're a family person, your children. Oh yes. whether adopted or biological, but your children. That's wonderful. And of course, your spouse, that special, that very special person. But I want to caution you, never lose yourself. You know, I'm working on a entire episode surrounding this topic or based on this topic. Never lose yourself. Be your own person. Because it's wonderful, wonderful to have a special person in your life, but you should always be your own person. Yes, in other words, you should never be defined by your spouse or your children or your career or your assets and the like. You must always be your own person and be truly happy with who you are. If you're not there yet, start working on it. Yes? So this is interesting. So let's talk about unhealthy happiness. It is interesting. I'll share a story with you. You know, you can learn so very much about stories. As we talk about unhealthy happiness, I lived in Brooklyn when I first came to the United States. When I moved to the United States from Jamaica, I lived in Brooklyn. And there was this man, I don't remember his name, but I called him Mr. Bliss, Bliss. He would walk up and down the block, like you're patrolling. And he had this euphoric air about him. And the people knew him and they were comfortable with him. In other words, they didn't feel threatened. But initially, I thought he had mental issues. I thought he was mentally challenged. But later on, I learned, and I made that assumption because he spoke with a slur and he walked rather wobbly. His strides were not steady, right? And his attire, his look, he didn't look well. He was not dirty, but he didn't look well physically, and his clothes were, I could perhaps describe him as unkempt, but he liked to brush his hair, you know, in a rather weird way. You know, as if you're obsessed. As if he was obsessed with his hair, and he kept doing it and doing it and doing it. So, as combine all those things, and you can understand, I hope, why I made that assumption. But I later learned that he was a drug addict. Yes? And so this euphoric, hey man, what's up, man? And how's it going, man? And he appeared to be so happy. And I called him Mr. Bliss because he was blissfully happy. Yes, blissful in his condition. Now that is no way for anyone to live. To be trapped, to be in the grip of addiction, where not even food matters. Not even food. Not interested in any relationship or anything that healthy people do. And so I share the story of Mr. Bliss to put into context what I mean when I say unhealthy happiness. So, in other words, unhealthy happiness is hollow. It doesn't have any meaning, any significance. It's not real, and it's short-lived. And it is based on things that are not important. People find happiness in the house they live in, the car they drive, the clothes or the designer brands that they can afford, the clothes they wear and the designer brands that they can afford, and the like. the gadgets, their ability to associate with a certain crowd. And I'm saying all that is unhealthy. And you should do all you can to detach, to step away from that kind of happiness and instead aim for true happiness, authentic happiness, genuine happiness. Yes? Happiness that will last and you will be truly enriched. Yes? It is of significance and it has meaning to you and others. Ah, I liked that. I hope you found that truly inspiring. Yes? Let's move on to number 7. Never ignore your emotions, or topic, aim for true happiness. Number 7, never ignore your emotions. Own them. So whenever you're not feeling quite like yourself, yeah, don't dismiss it. Own it. Try to find out what the problem is. What's the real issue here? You know, we talk about being healthy in mind and body, and that certainly includes our level of emotional and social intelligence. If you're not familiar with that, read up on it. It's eye-opening. I think it'll be well worth your while. So never ignore whenever you're not feeling quite well your emotions. Yes, you're sad, you're angry, you're bitter. You feel hatred, and all those emotions are not healthy. So don't ignore them, address them. Number 8, keep a happy song in your head and a positive message in your heart. Ooh, I love it. And I practice this. Should you see me anywhere at any moment, I can assure you there is a happy song playing in my head. Of course, I'm not happy all the time. I'm only human. But most times, I can assure you, there is a happy song in my head. There is another podcast I'm excited about recording. There is another book I'm excited about writing. There is another person I am just delighted about helping in some way. A piece of advice, making certain resources available. I don't know. Yes? So keep a happy song in your head and a positive message in your heart. I like it. It's not just for the season, but year round. Absolutely wonderful. Number 9, you deserve to be happy. Ooh, I like this. You deserve to be happy. I don't know what it is with some people. They live a life of doom and gloom, huh? And they don't see themselves as worthy. That person doesn't see him or herself as worthy of being happy. My goodness, who told you that lie? You deserve to be happy. Pursue happiness. Huh? Happiness is not only for the select few. It's not only for those people you see on TV. It's not only for the rich and famous. Huh? It's not only for royalty. It's not only for the haves. It's for all of us. We should all be happy. We deserve life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Ooh, that's part of the, what is it, U.S. Declaration? Yes, it's somewhere there. The pursuit of happiness. What a beautiful thing. What a wonderful message. Oh, yes. Love it. Number 10, let's get into it. Number 10, be kind, be authentic. I want to look at you when I'm saying that. Be kind. Be kind to yourself and to others. Ooh, be kind, be authentic, be courteous, be civil, be grateful, and be considerate. Oh, these are just beautiful beautiful personality traits, you name them. Hmm? Be kind, be authentic. I don't have to say anymore. I love it. That was number 10. Number 11 is the bonus. The bonus is thank you so much for your time. I've enjoyed sharing your company and sharing this message with you. And as we move into the new year, as we ring in the new year, yes, please keep these messages in mind, so that you can be truly happy. So as I close the curtain, as I say thank you so much for your time, I appreciate your time, I value your time, and I want to say thank you. I wish you nothing but the best on this beautiful journey called life. And as we move as we welcome the new year, 2021. Never, now this is number 11, never make anyone else responsible for your happiness. Good gosh, this is a powerful message. Never make anyone else responsible for your happiness. That is exclusively your job. Yes? And you must take it seriously and you must do it well. Do not depend on any person, anything, any system, any condition to determine your happiness. And of course, there are external factors, but that is when you check into your mental grit and your ability and say, hey, what route are we going to take here? How are we going to handle this? Wow, we're going to handle it exceptionally well. I say thank you so much. And from my Christmas tree here at home in Pennsylvania, I say Merry Christmas and a beautiful, healthy, wonderful, prosperous, and happy New Year. Thank you so much. Take excellent care of yourself. Until when next I record another episode of your podcast. Here's to being polished, polite, and damn successful. Bye now.